So I was recently thinking about what my favorite episode is from my favorite sitcoms of all time. Now, this is a super hard thing to do and only pick one, but I wanted to do it so that I could get others' thoughts and see what your guys' favorite episodes from some of these shows might be. But here is my favorite episode, if I had to pick one, from my five favorite sitcoms. From It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is my favorite show of all time. It's so hard for me to pick, but the one that I go back to the most is episode 6 from season 12, Hero or Hate Crime. I quote this one on a regular basis. I think that everyone brings their A game. I think the premise is so hilarious. And Mac with his bike and starting an LLC, and the fact that they want to get this scratcher, revealed by getting an arbitrator, and they spend thousands of dollars to do it. It's so typical of the gang. And I think that this is one of the best seasons of the show. And this episode is definitely my favorite. Okay, from The Office, it's definitely season 4 dinner party episode. It is the most unhinged that an episode of The Office has ever been. It takes us out of the office for a majority of the entire episode, set at Michael's condo. Him and Jan are just at their absolute best. Their relationship is so chaotic. It's definitely my most quoted. It's definitely the one that makes the audience feel the most uncomfortable in the best ways possible. And I'm really with Pam on this one. Like, I don't care what they say about me. I just want to eat. Okay, so for Parks and Recreation, it is season 4, episode 22, the finale, win, lose, or draw. I love this finale episode so much. I think it has so much heart, so much emotion, but there's so much funny stuff happening, like Tom getting jealous of Chris with Anne, and the idea of them getting back together, like Spin Team, the fact that Leslie almost loses, but then does end up winning. There's just so many great moments. I love every second of this episode, and I just adore this show so much. From What We Do in the Shadows, it is definitely currently episode 6 of season 2. Now, I will say I have only seen this series one time through, unlike the other ones, but right now that is the one that stands out the most to me. It is where Laszlo is on the run and he goes and runs a bar in Tucson, Arizona. Mark Hamill's in this episode. It's just hysterical from start to finish. It's just Matt Berry doing what he does best, and I laugh the entire time through. Okay, and last but not least is Workaholics. Yes, Workaholics is one of my favorite shows of all time. I guess I just have the humor of a teenage boy, but my favorite episode, it's really hard. It's between the business trip and Real Time, but they're both from season 3. I think it's Real Time because I've loved that one for longer, but this is where the guys have to beat Alice to the office. And they spend all night calling her, leaving horrible messages, and they try to get back to the office to delete the messages before she gets to work. It's fucking hysterical. Power Medicine, Adam Devine.